Hello, my name is Snowlegs. Welcome to the video. Today I'll be walking you through the process of drawing a piece that I like to call World Burn. It's called that because that is the song I was listening to as I drew it. Yeah, World Burn from Mean Girls. I might sing it at the end, I don't know. I'm not much of a singer, so we'll see. But yeah, without any further ado, let's hop right into the time lapse. That is the wrong... Oh dear. See, this is why... oh dear. Oh no, what have I done? I'm so sorry. Right, we fixed it. Pretend you didn't see that. So, basically, to give a bit of background on this drawing, earlier this week I revisited a really old OC of mine on stream, and we freshened up his design a bit, and yeah, I've been thinking a lot about his story and how I would change it, so I might write something. I don't know, I'm not much of a writer, I'm more of a visual person. Like this scene that I'm drawing right now, that you're watching me draw, technically I'm not drawing, I'm recording a voiceover, but the scene that you're watching me draw just came to me really vividly in my head, and I would have no idea how to write it with the amount of intensity that I can draw it at, so yeah, much more of a visual person I am. But yeah, so as I said, he's a very old OC, his name is Aaron. The earliest artwork I could find of him in my old sketchbooks was from 2015, so I would have been like, I think 12, 13, maybe, if I've done my maths correctly, which you can't count on. I'm 18 now, someone tell me if I got the maths wrong. But yeah, I would have been a lot younger when I first came up with this character, and yeah, so... we revisited him, because, I don't know, he's been taking up way too much real estate in my brain lately, so might as well do something with that. Yeah, so what you're watching right now is the first sketch I did. This is not the final sketch. As you can see, I went back to the anatomy sketch and kind of like drew in some, like, what would you call it, like curves to indicate the form of the character's body parts. And I went back in and started sketching from scratch because, man, I just decided I didn't really like the first sketch. It wasn't quite what I had in mind. Like, in my head, he's pissed, but like in a way that's freakishly calm. Like he is in a rage, but yeah, like, surprisingly composed. Like, his actions are very deliberate, and a lot of what I wanted to show in this was just, like, how self-destructive this character is. Like, you'll see in a minute, his hands, he's got, like, fireballs in his hands in this piece, and they're in quite an uncomfortable pose in the first place. That was intentional. And yeah, later on, I kind of like scratch them up and I make them look all burnt and shit because they're literally on fire. They're literally on fire, of course they would burn. But yeah, so I kind of really wanted to highlight that, so with the camera angle I tried to do a little bit of foreshortening. Very fancy, I know, but yeah, I tried it. I'm not very good with foreshortening. So it was good practice. Yeah, 10 out of 10 would try doing that again. Good challenge. Like most of the things in this piece actually, because yeah, I did struggle with it. It wasn't an easy one for me. I really wanted to get it right. So yeah. But yeah, now you see me coloring my sketch in, and that's just because I find it really helps during the actual colouring stage when I'm like colouring the line art to have this roadmap of like how I want to colour the drawing and stuff. And yeah, in addition to that, like by doing it this early on, when I come to actually colouring it, I already have all of the like fancy shading layers, and all I gotta do is refine them into something that, you know, is kind of a bit more polished and fits with the final lines. So yeah, that's what I was doing here. Now, the elephant in the room, of course, is probably the fire. I have no idea how to draw fire. I'm not confident in my ability to do that. I tried my best. In the sketch, I was just like, that's a problem for future me. And then this morning I woke up and I was like, time to conquer the fire. We're going to draw it now. And then I did. So the fire in this sketch version is not quite how it looked in the finals. But you know, that's just art, isn't it? Yeah, so we're nearly at the end of the sketching phase. As you can see, I did do quite a lot of tweaks to the sketch, cause yeah, I was like, actually, have I done this right? And then I changed it. Only a little bit. It's very subtle, so you probably wouldn't notice if, like, I put the two sketches side by side. But yeah, with the line art, I just kind of did my usual thing. I was struggling a lot because I ended up with quite a lot of tangents, and I didn't really want to deal with that, so instead I just kind of, like, found a non-solution, basically. But they were mostly only small tangents, so I think I kind of got away with it. Just a thing for me to keep in mind in future. Like, don't add tangents, that's not good. Don't do it. I'm talking to myself here. Tangents, yeah, would recommend avoiding them if you can. Sometimes it's difficult, though. But yeah. So we're nearly at the end of the line art stage, I think, and yeah, you can see I actually lined this on multiple layers, which is kind of unusual for me. Usually I just do it in one, but no, not this time. This time I was like, probably gonna be easiest if I do this on multiple layers and merge them as I go along. So that's what I did. As you can see, there might be a little bit too much cloak. Just a little bit. Might have overdone it ever so slightly, but I think it works. It looks kind of cool. A fairly easy fix if I wanted to fix it, but I'm done with this piece now. It took a while to like get everything right and stuff, so But yeah. As you can see, I did color the line art. Usually I just do this with one color, but I decided to do like a two-tone thing where for like lines I wanted to be darker but not black, I used this dark blue kind of color. Yeah. And then I just colored his outfit and stuff in using the colors in his ref, because it's much clearer than the colors on the sketch. Because those have got like 7 different layer blending mode layers attached for like shading and stuff, and it's a little bit of a hassle to turn those off every time. But yeah, I did try to render out some of the materials a little bit in my flats, like the golds I tried to add a little bit of shading to, and the cloak I tried to kind of make it look a bit scorched, as well as obviously his hands, and he's got like some burn marks on his face too from where he was not being very careful. This man is like, oof. He's quite dangerous, I would say. A danger to himself and others. But you know, he's probably the most villainous character I've made, and I just think he's neat. So there's that, I guess. I did really try hard to like refine these shading layers properly, and as you can see, I had a color layer with just a white fill on it, set above the entire image so that I could check the grayscale and the like tones and the values and stuff of everything. as I was drawing, because that's always important to keep in mind. And yeah, now we're moving on to the background, as you can see. The one thing I will say about like all the lighting and stuff though is that I definitely could have done it better, but I do like the way it looks. So there's that. Now the fire. Remember when I said this was a problem for future me? This is a problem that I had to deal with just this morning, and this is how I dealt with it, as you like how you're watching right now, if that makes sense. But yeah, as you can see, I pretty much just scribbled everywhere using like a textured pen, and then I blurred it with like some smudgy blendy brushes, and then I decided that looks cool, doesn't fit the vibe, so I did several layers on top, just experimenting with things, and eventually I got like a style that I was really happy with for the flames. A little bit abstract, a little bit cartoony, I'd say, but I think it works. So yeah, that's that. Now, I'm gonna give you a tip, right, for making the fire really glow that I learnt this morning just through experimentation. And basically what I did was I duplicated the layer that the fire was on. I set it to like a glowy blending mode, so that would be add or overlay or color dodge, I think, or glow dodge, those kinds of blending layers. And then I used the gouache, I don't know how to pronounce it, but I used like a blur filter over it to really give it like a proper glow to it. And I did the same with the fireballs too. And it was at this point that I decided, right, happy with this, let's add all my color adjustment layers and my signature. And fortunately this time, didn't really need to faff with color adjustment very much. I just added a saturation layer to really strengthen some of the colors. And yeah, that was the whole process video. I hope you liked it. I hope it was interesting to watch. And yeah, I had a good time drawing it. It was very challenging for me, but I'm happy with how it came out, and I think I drew something pretty cool. Yeah. I wanna watch the world burn. I got the gasoline. I wanna watch the world burn and everyone get mean. I wanna watch the world burn. I've got the gasoline. I wanna watch the... It's too high pitched. Look at me embarrassing myself. Thank you for watching the video. I hope to see you again soon, and I hope you have a lovely day. Or, if it's nighttime, go to bed.